Chat. Hello, everybody. I've waited a very long time for this day. It's finally come. I'm very happy. So let's talk about what happened.
Everybody, indeed. Let's talk about what happened. And of course, the Richard Hart and the Pulsechain Magic Carpet Ride continues to roll on, which is pretty cool. Some of you out there, we had that first big mega pump earlier in the year, and then some people were like, "Oh, Bitcoin and Ethereum are pumping, but we're not pumping." And then, bam, I had pumps. And of course, we talked about that in the last couple of days, didn't we? Well, good chance of it happening in the weekend or leading up into the weekend, and it has. So very cool. The old Pulsechain Magic Carpet Ride continues. And of course, it is Richard Hart's chain that is doing the damage, doing amazing stuff. So let's get into it, folks. We're going to have a bit of fun. We're going to look at review a lot of things that happened in the last 24 hours and much more. So stay tuned for all that. If you're new to the channel and you love Pulsechain Hex updates and you want to belong, I guess, to the Magic Carpet Ride, join along. We're pretty much covering it virtually every day. Isn't that cool? We have been for a long time. So it's kind of cool. We've got Lies Beneath in the house. Hello, how are you today? Very good. And of course, the Golden Crypto, the Richard Hart Magic, Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, incentive for the win, 100%. Woohoo! We got Check My Pulse in the house there. LFG, RH, chess, anybody says check my pulse. Yeah. It's a good analogy. Wonderful evening, Hex Token family. Absolutely. Let's get it on, Superman. Woohoo! Give us the good news. Horn, please. Yeah, no, do I have the horn? I don't know if I've got the horn sound effects, to be honest. Let's have a look here. Do I have any sound effects? I think I got music, but I got no horns. That was the other software they used to use, had all those sort of things, but like how Trayvon does his show, which is always a bit of fun. We got True Blue in the house here. Let's get it. It says True Blue. That's true. Hex enthusiast in the house. Climb aboard. Let's go. Yeah, you guys are not too late. It's super early. So Pulsechain, man, good chance. Good time to pick up lots of stuff. But on the Magic Carpet Ride, we're really got a long way to go. So it's going to be fun. Academiciated in the house there. Evening all. Good to see you as well. We got Sandy Beach in the house there. A bit of royalty there from the Sandy Beaches of was it the East Coast of the United States. Hey, Hex Token, everybody. Good to see you, Sandy. J-Man in the house. Hey, J-Man. Good to see you too. Sandy Beach has got her push-up challenge ends today. Squat challenge starts tomorrow. Let's go. What an amazing way. If you're going to enjoy crypto, man, you got to be healthy and fit. So definitely get into that. I'll be doing my walk today as well. And, of course, Sandy Beach there, that's the link there. Join up today and get into that, push-up challenge or squat challenge, which is starting tomorrow. Big shout out to Sandy. Eddie says Magic Pup Ride up and away, says Eddie Havina. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Looking so good, isn't it? We've got Arthur in house there. G'day, Superman from Brisbane, Vegas, from Arthur Walsh. Big shout out. Joey Torres as well. Hi all. Good to see you, Joey. Welcome to the chat as well. Who else there? Sandy Beach says, I love the Magic Carpet Ride. Yeah, me too. It's so good. We can use it in different ways, can't we? And we've got the Magic Carpet Ride project team as well. Out there with Ty and the others. Need to pump through some resistance lines, but bit of a pump is good, says Brennan. Brennan's not happy with 30% gains. He wants even more this season. He knows he's our TA guru. He knows his stuff. What else there? We got Check My Pulse in the house there. I like to dream. Yes, right between the sound machines is Check My Pulse. And Sandy says, yay, walking is so good for you today. Yeah, and it's very sunny outside. Apparently, we got these super sunny days because it's summer down under, right? In New Zealand, Australia, Pacific Islands. It's all sunny here. I guess you got the south of Latin America too. I mean, it's on the same sort of, I guess, is it latitudes? Yeah, give or take. It's a bit closer to the Antarctic, actually, down there. Can you believe it? It's the closest way to get to Antarctic between South America there and Antarctica, which is kind of crazy. We're not too far away, but they're definitely very close. They have a lot of cruise ships that go to the Antarctic. So if you're one of those people that likes to travel and you want to go to all the continents, right? If you want to do all the continents, then they do have some really good luxury cruise ships that go there. I'm not sure if we might have them in New Zealand too, probably from where Wookie lives down on the South Island there. What else do we got? Craig Pittenhouse there. Morning all. Great way to wake up this morning. Absolutely. Bullish. Pump up the jam. Pump up the jam. Yeah, go to Southern Hemisphere. Absolutely. Yeah. We're a pretty cool place to be. You know what? It is a little bit, when you're Southern Hemisphere, it is a little like living on the end of the earth. You almost feel like, especially in New Zealand, I think, and maybe parts of Australia probably got a bit of that feel. Australia is a huge continent, right? Massive continent by itself. We've got a big continent too, but most of it's under the water, which is, not very helpful to us unless we were, able to swim. What do you call it? Breathe underwater is what I'm trying to say. Wookie is here for the ride and sing along, says Wookie. Yeah, that's nice. He's a good singer too. Wins most of the awards. Antarctica is cold, bro. Yeah, you have to take that into account. Yeah, but they do have some pretty. They've got like some pretty luxury places. A couple of places that are very luxury that you can go to, and it's got all the comforts. So you'll be surprised what's down in Antarctica for private travel. Pulse needs new people. It seems only buyers are likely already in the cult. I'm worried we aren't going to make it, says Ben. Hey, we're no cult, man. We're no cult. We're just a vibrant, enthusiastic community on crypto. That's all. That's all it is. And check my pulse in the house there on a cloud of sound. I drift all night. Anywhere it goes, right. Go for flies to near the stars away from here. Man, check my pulse. Man, I'll have what you're having. He's having a good time. Brennan is saying that Wookie is tone deaf. Possibly. All right, let's get into it, folks. Let's get into the news. We're going to start off with, the stock market, because it is Thursday on the stock market. It has finished, so we'll get into the results of that and go from there. I think that's a good idea. All right, so there our stock market, man, performing like a boss. NASDAQ notches closing record for first time since 2021. Thank you, NASDAQ, and come on down. Let's check out the numbers. The Dow Jones, remember the Dow Jones is the top 30 industrials, at least the ones in an index. That is up 0.12%, 47 points to 38,996. We got the S&P 500 is up 0.5% at 26 points to 5,096. And NASDAQ there with the record up 0.9%, 144 points to 16,091. Let's look at the max chart on that. And look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Look at that, yeah, boy. First time since 21. So that is looking really good. We got the US dollar as well, is up a little bit there, 0.17%, 104.08 points on the dollar index versus its trading partners. Let's quickly jump to the commodities. What do we got there? West Texas per barrel, $78.30. Brent oil, $82. Pretty much flat from the looks of it, based on these percentages at the moment. Gold there is at $2,051, pretty flat as well. Silver at $22.88, pretty flat as well. So commodities not doing too much. The stock market doing pretty well. Let's get into the news. Of course, the Federal Reserve. This is economic news, so we're keeping our tabs on this, right? Because we want to know the general health of everything. The Fed's preferred inflation gauge meets expectations for the economists. So that's good news. Personal consumption expenditure, the PCE. Price index rose 0.3% last month and 2.4% in the 12 months through to January. That was the smallest year-on-year increase since February 2021 and followed a 2.6% advance in December, easing investor concerns that sticky inflation, that old sticky inflation, will see the Federal Reserve keep interest rates at elevated levels for longer. The Treasury yields fell on the news, though losses were kept in check by data showing personal income, which includes earnings, property income, as well as other benefits, jumped 1% on the month in January, suggesting the consumer spending is likely to continue. However, in another positive development for rate cut hopes, jobless claims rose 13,000 in the week ended February the 17th, above economist estimates of 8,000. Now, something sad for the people, and jobless claims is positive news for the markets there. But, I guess it's going to happen anyway, regardless. That's pretty much it. The other thing, of course, is we've got the lawmakers are making progress on efforts to avoid another U.S. government shutdown. The U.S. House of Representatives backed a bill to avert the partial government shutdown, sending the legislative measures to a vote. To vote to the Senate. Should the stopgap funding bill, which aims to extend government funding for 1 week, clear the upper chamber, it will be sent to the President Joe Biden desk to sign into law ahead of midnight Friday's deadline. So that's tomorrow U.S. time. So that is the number there. It looks like it's going through, at least for another week. These stopgap measures, man, they got to stop those stopgap measures, but that's just the way it goes. All right, so that is it. Good news around the stock market, good news around inflation generally, and more positive news for the interest rate changes, maybe June this year. It's kind of where we are. Let's jump into crypto, which has been having a big run. But crypto there cooling off at the moment after the big run there. And Bitcoin there at 61,529, down 1.15%. The dominance, though, still super strong at 52.27% there. Remember, earlier in the year, it slipped below 50%. It was down at 49 something, maybe even 48, but now it's a 52% dominance. Ethereum there at 3,356, making a big move yesterday. And, of course, that's now down 0.5%, just cooling off. We got Solana, though, looking still very strong, up 7.8% at $126. The old VC chain, they call that, don't they? The BNB there is down 3.5% at $400, holding on to that $400 mark at the moment. We've still got quite a few green across the light way there. Dodge, which had been doing extremely well, is still at 1.8% at 11.8 cents. You can see that SHIB is doing well. Now, SHIB doing well on Pulsechain, that's be an interesting question. That's a quadruple 013, up 7.46%. We'll try and check that out later on. What else is there? ADA and XRP still looking good. BCH looking good. XLM still up there in the green. So that's kind of some of the highlights there. Tron is down. Matic is down. Those on those other chains. Let's have a bit of a closer look to BDC. Bitcoin there. Look at that. Woo! Hot doggy dog. That is so cool, isn't it? So let's jump away from there. That is the rise there. So we had a high of 63,675 today. And of course, the candle should close in 18 minutes, this daily candle on my time frame here. So 63,675. Yesterday's high was 64,100. Today, we've had a low of 60,355. We're currently at 61,480. So we're, in the bottom half, but still at the top of the bottom half, let's say, of that candle today, having a bit of a cool off there. Now, expectations running high that, can the old Bitcoin, will it be still going up and trying to attack that all-time high, right, the 69,000? So that is a little bit higher here, about 12% from where we are today. It was about 10% yesterday. So there we are. Well, we're going to do that. Let's see. A cool off here. We're going to have a more cool off, or we're going to just have a one-day cool off and then off to the races. And we'll see. Now, obviously, Bitcoin ETFs, I believe, have got one more day to flow through with with any money coming into the market. And of course, I don't believe they operate on the weekend, so that will leave it for the rest of the market to try and keep the prices going. We'll see what happens there as we go into the weekend there. But let's go to the weekly. Should we go to weekly? Let's go to the monthly. That's a bit easier to look at. You can see here's the all-time high from the last bull market back here. And let me just scale that a little bit there. So this is on the monthly candles now. Oh, let me just switch that off. And you can see here, this is back where we had that high, 69,000. Look at that. And look how close we got, man. Very close indeed. In fact, we were pretty close. How far close? Only 7.6% closed that gap at the top of that move. So, yeah, let's see what happens here. The other thing, of course, we've got the month, right? The month closing here on the US time frame, I guess. Closing, it has to close green, a bullish green close. It's going to be bullish for the market to move up as well, right? So keep a lookout for that. You're going to want to get some consolidation in there though too, right? You want to get that moving sideways for a while. Let's have a look here. Want to get a bit of sideways action after you have a big push like this. So definitely want to see that happen. And up and away. Yeah, so we want to get consolidated up and away. But the big long-term targets, we talked about that yesterday. 150, 180k. Those sort of numbers that people were talking about. Man, I've got this thing all over the place with the old ruler. Let me pull in this little video. Let's see if I've still got it. Have I got it there? Is it gone? No, maybe it's down the bottom here. We covered this the other day, right? The longer term target there. We covered Richard Hart's target yesterday. Question mark target, potential target, let's say, of 241. But of course, we've had Tom Lee, who pretty much called the S&P 500 last year perfectly. And here he is talking about Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, because I I have no idea. I don't know what it's trading on. Maybe, I don't know what you think it's trading on now. The ETF, obviously, that was something. Usually it likes the Fed to ease, so you just said some positive things about that maybe for more printing. But I said, and I was just throwing out a number. We're at 50. I said, what you said it might be strong for the remainder of the year.
Yes.
I said 75. What did you say to me?
I think it's, could be as high as 150,000 this year.
So double what I thought was.
Yeah.
150,000, so we're tripling at this point.
Yeah, because you've got demand improving with the ETF, and you have the supply shrinking with the halvening. And if monetary policy eases, which we expect, that's supportive of risk assets. And Bitcoin's holding up. I mean, that's another reason why I don't think a drawdown is going to start that soon. I mean, Bitcoin's been rallying the last couple weeks.
Wow.
So
Take that to the bank.
those are big numbers. I don't know anymore.
And are you in, hold on, let me just go back. Are you in the camp of this is like a $500,000 valued
Over the next
over 5 years? Are you?
Yeah, it is sound money, and I think it's proving to be useful. And
Proving to be useful how?
well,
It's very useful if you're an investor right now.
yes, it's been a great store value. It's been a good risk asset. It's also incredibly secure. There hasn't been a single fraudulent entry on the blockchain since inception. I don't think any bank can say that's true of their P&L and accounting. 6% of banking transactions are suspicious, 0% on the Bitcoin blockchain.
All right, so nice little commentary there from Tom Lee, and 150 to 180 is his target. So that's kind of cool. Cool little video, that one. Let's jump back to the market here. So that is looking pretty good for old Bitcoin. Let's see if what it can do in the next week, whether it's going to consolidate and so forth. So let's go on that one. Ethereum, of course, has got a lot of bullish news coming up. Obviously, the Bitcoin's got the Bitcoin halving. We're going to cover that here on the Ethereum chart. This is the daily chart here at the moment. So we've got the high of $3,521, low of $3,300. We're currently at $3,358. So we're in the middle of the bottom range of that. And man, what a big power move up to 3,500. So that was a pretty good move. There's now, remember that all-time high is 4,900. So not bad, but not bad there on the rise. Now we've got a few days to go until the Deacon upgrade. So that's just getting closer and closer, 12 days to the Deacon upgrade on mainnet on Ethereum. So that I think that's pretty bullish news. I think the market's pretty excited about that. And that particularly, as we've talked about, is going to benefit the second layers like Optimus and Arbitrum. See whether we get a move on those next week. The other thing, of course, is we've got the Bitcoin halving coming up. So that's 12 days away from the Deacon upgrade. We've got 47 days to the Bitcoin halving, which is obviously mega bullish. And then we've got a lot of move there, 83 days until the Ethereum ETF approvals, which are probably looking better and better all the time. So that's 83 days. So yeah, obviously the next couple of months is super bullish for crypto, and really it hasn't had, it's a bit late to the run there. Stock market's been up, property market's done pretty well, and yeah, pretty bullish. Now, if we get interest rate pivot too in June, that could be pretty bullish for crypto. Not so much for stock market probably, but pretty good for crypto. Then, some people have got different expectations this year, but certainly the next couple of months, 3-4 months, looks pretty good. So bring it on. Let's jump over to the gas fees on Ethereum. Now, they've been absolutely through the roof, as you guys may have known if you've been on Ethereum. We've had, look at this, up over 125 here, up over 100 recently. This is the last 24 hours. You can see it's stayed pretty elevated. The cheapest you've been able to get with this big bull market moves on Ethereum is 40 Gwei, 45 Gwei, a couple of low ones here if you're lucky. So yeah, 45, but we've had some mega highs. It's starting to come down now, and typically we're heading into Friday for US time. It is Friday already in New Zealand, and you can see the Gwei is going down here, 61. So we'll see what happens. Normally the next sort of 8 hours or so is where the Gwei goes down. So if you're trying to do something, it's probably the best time to do it. So best of luck to you there as well. Obviously the weekend, if we have the market prices cool, just consolidate a bit, we might see that Gwei ease a little bit, then get a few opportunities for lower Gwei. But once again, Pulsechain doesn't really have these problems. There's the problems of Ethereum. All right, that leads us into Pulsechain update, which is going to be mega awesome. The Magic Carpet Ride, Richard Hart and the Magic Carpet Ride. So we're going to get into that. Let's see here. Who else has jumped in the chat? Let's go say hello. I checked my pulse with his music today. That was pretty hilarious. Brendan says people buy through the ETF will those that take profit but put them into else or any on-chain? That's typically what we see happen now. Some people get, like, that money goes into through the ETFs and Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then people who are already holding it, they go sell it, they go buy some else. That's pretty much what happened there. Bluefish King in the house there. Good to see you. The Emoji King looking good. Yeah, rocket day today. Definitely a rocket day today. Big shout out to everybody. Welcome, of course. Don't forget, community is #1 numero uno. Blobfish King says, g'day, 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 Lies. Yeah, Lies always brings the alpha. We do appreciate that every single day it comes in there. Well, at least most every day, just like me. Most every day. What do you got? Check my pulse. Is store of value yield. They're going to love Hex. Magic Outride says, check my pulse. Man, I'll have what check my pulse is having today. Absolutely crushing it in the chat there. Crypto 7 in the house. We've got the big influencer from the UK. Big shout out to Crypto 7 there in the Pulsechain community. I have left Twitter where bears rule, but can be found on YouTube supporting streamers and producing content on my channel. Nice one, C7. And we've got Brennan in there. C7. Absolutely. That's wow. Yeah. Hey, that's why I'm not on there much. I'm not really on X that much. I mean, I do check stuff, but yeah, it is pretty bears rule there. Negativity too. There is good for news flow if you've got the right news channel, so you can filter that out. But yeah, I get where you're heading there. We are a no drama channel, so that's why we focus mostly on the crypto and mad gains. It's kind of where we are here. Brian and house there, so folks can see Brian, our community leader. Big shout out. And Brian's amazing in our community. We're big fan of Brian. Spike's in the house there. What's up, people? Good to see you, Spike. We even got Sandy Beach in there with the 777. Yeah. C7. That's I think normal chart. Good to have C7 in the house. Let's jump over to the Pulsechain Magic Carpet Ride with Richard Hart. And here it is, Richard, man, posting out these cool posts on X. And of course, this is the first one. I love this one. This is so good. You guys, it feels like everything else is flying up. In other words, Ethereum, Bitcoin, everything else. Well, Pulsex, Pulsechain, and Hex are just sitting there. You know, people were moaning yesterday a little bit. Yeah, not too much, not on this channel so much because you guys know what's happening. Have you ever considered selling? If something makes you feel bad, makes you want to complain, maybe just be done with it. I've had enough. All right, so we had 94,000 views on that. Pretty awesome. Yeah, repost. I thought I had actually repost. I still want to have reposted because I was too late by the time that came out. Obviously, we're on different time zones. So that was from Richard 11 hours ago. I thought that was pretty funny because that was leading into something there. Then 11 hours ago says, have you considered these APRs, annual percent of returns on Pulsex? Now, obviously, doing liquidity provision, it's a lot of opportunity that people can do. I particularly like the Hex Pulse and the incentive Pulse. I think those are kind of cool. And incentive Pulsex, I think those three particularly good yielding them. To run your app yourself or be lazy and less secure and use the IPFS gateway, so you can run that too. So definitely consider that for the bull run. You could do that, especially if you've got stuff that's Richard Hart stuff. So it's going to expect it to go both the token sides to go up. Then that's pretty good, and in income at the same time. It's definitely even a percentage of portfolio in that. It's kind of good idea. Then we had Richard Hart says, "Hey, you got anything bad to say about me?" To Ethereum. This is the last post in the thread. So they also said, "Hey, Bitcoin, you got anything bad to say about me?" So I love that sort of engagement on that one. That's pretty cool. What else there? We got 8 hours ago. New local highs on Pulsechain. Suddenly, Pulsechain has gone up. So I love that stuff. Things are 3 hours. Cut 3 hours later, he puts a new post out. There, things are up 20%, 30%, and 40% today. I thought you guys wanted to sell. He says, I love it. So that's Richard Hart for you. And he posts some of the mad gains that were in case. Look at Hex up 40% on PX. Look at that, 2.09 cents. Wow. And I told you guys, keep a lookout for Hex, right? I said that. And there we go, up and away there. There's Pulse too up there. So he's posting a few of those pretty badass. That's got 83,000 views on that. Like a boss is Richard Hart. So there we go. That was the bullishness, that sort of, magic cart ride. Richard Hart and the magic cart ride. Can't say it much better than without, Richard's own words there. Now, what did we see over the last 24 hours? Whoa. So particularly the last 15 hours, we saw all this money coming in, right? All this money coming in. Look at this. We had a little bit going out to Ethereum, of course. That's pretty normal these days. But look at that, 896 Ethereum bridged into Pulsechain. And here was the big one. Look at this thing. $10 million in DAI bridged into Pulsechain. Whoa. People were pretty happy with that. And, of course, they all went pretty pretty bullish on that. Look at that. Whee! Oh, wow. Yeah, there are some good comments there. So everyone's pretty happy about that. The show goes on. I love that. So pretty cool. We were pretty happy. $10 million there. We had lots of stuff. Everything I've got in heart here is all money coming in. 163K DAI coming in, 124,000 USDC bridging, and 199,000 DAI bridging in the last 11 hours. 151,000 USDC bridged to Pulsechain, 1,500 ETH, etc. This goes on and on. 3.8 million USDC bridged to Pulsechain, 3.7 million USD Tether bridged to Pulsechain. It just keeps coming and flowing there. Pretty cool. A little bit going back to Ethereum, but so much coming into Pulsechain. 149,000 USD Tether bridged into Pulsechain. Now let's go. As you can see, everything with the heart there, so there's more money coming in. 112,000, 243,000, 107,000. It just keeps flowing and flowing and flowing. And 133,000 DAI coming in 7 hours ago. Just keep going there. Richard Hart, boom, boom, boom. Just excited, parting to that. And who wouldn't do that? 120K DAI coming in there. And now 1 hour ago, this is 5 hours ago, 1 hour ago, 299,000 just come in the Pulsechain. So it just keeps coming, folks. Bring it on. Yeah, baby, yeah. Let's go. And of course, we can feel it. So pretty awesome with all that money coming in over the chain. So you guys can see that's pretty cool on the Pulse alerts. So you can check that out yourself. Whale Pulse is the name there. Whale Pulse on Pulse alerts. Pretty cool. So that leads us into one of that big wallet there with the $10 million and bring all that money in. Look at the thing flooding through. $22.8 million sitting in this thing now. Only a little bit's been used so far for the pump. So bring it on. So looking pretty good. And you can see in the assets here, looking nice. We got 9.7 million DAI, 4.8 million wrapped ETH there. That's ETH. And of course, USDC, 3.5 million. USD Tether there, 3.4 million, etc. So pretty bullish on this. And big money coming to Pulsechain. The Magic Cup, Richard Hart and Magic Cup ride continues. And then, of course, with all that money coming in, Hex here summarized it pretty nicely. Over $20 million have been bridged into Pulsechain today, and that number's gone up, of course. Hex leads the rockets of the day, and of course that was pumped to good grief. It was pumped so well. Now we're going to look at the change in the TVL, the bridge amount of money coming over as well when we get up to the daily update. This is sort of the teaser and a review of what's sort of been happening with Pulsechain overnight and what's going to be happening in the future, no doubt, with the Magic Cup ride. And of course, some of the top blue chip protocols like Batias have benefited massively. Batias has executed $12.3 million finally, and 21.5 million via routing in the last 24 hours on Pulsechain. Yay! Wave your hands in the air. Wave them like you just don't care, because that's pretty awesome, right? We're grateful for the community's trust in us. Whether you're a whale or shrimp, we're striving to provide the best swap execution for everybody. Holla! And they're doing amazing, right? Not only are they doing amazing with the DEX aggregator, but they are bringing us artificial intelligence technology to Pulsechain, right? So that is pretty cool. I think it was called Payday, I think, or something like that. So that is coming as well. So these guys are doing very well, and nice big volumes happening on Pulsechain. So pretty cool. That leads us into the results for day 293. We're going to check them out as they are now. So the market's just, Pulsechain's just pulling back, just consolidating a little bit after that big pump. But we're going to get into that in a minute too. Before we do though, let's catch up on any other comments. Let's see where else we're going. We're going to go down here. We've got Dave Down Under says, noticing the nightly news highlighting the Bitcoin move. Great for crypto. Yeah. And still early on the retail book coming into crypto too, funnily enough, Dave. Still a long way to go for the retail book to come in. Check mix. I want what you're having too, Laha, says Sandy. That's pretty funny. I'll have what she's having, or in this case, I'll have what Check My Pulse is having. I love that movie. It's a pretty good movie. Harry Met Sally, isn't it? Harry Met Sally. Crypto7 says tap the bell for Hex Token. Hey, thanks so much to Crypto7. We got Wookie in the house there with the C7s as well. Who else is here? Shirley Fortress says son of a gun. Woohoo! Son of a gun. Now, that's off a movie too, that saying. I've seen someone do that on a movie pretty well. First bull run, getting excited, seeing things starting to blossom. It's been a long, hard journey, says Check My Pulse. Yeah, PATS for the win. They're doing very well. There's the old PATS, like a boss. All right, let's get into it. Without further ado, we're half an hour into the live show. And what a day, what a day. And the beginning of something beautiful is emerging. Not quite the beginning. We've already had one round. This is kind of the second round opening up, isn't it? Pulse at the moment for day 293, 000153 is the price, up 15.7%. I'll take that, double digits. I like it. Man, we've jumped from 33% above sacrifice to 54% above sacrifice, and that's even after a little bit of consolidation there. Wow, so that's going really nicely. Pulse X at the moment, quadruple 0609, up 20.7%, like a boss. And the buy and burn has probably ticked up quite a bit there. Yes, 714.66 billion Pulse X has been bought up and burned. And congratulations, if you're an influencer out there, there's a good number here. 3.5% of the supply has now been bought up and burned. That's 3.5%. Finally hit that little rounding number there. I guess it's on to 4% now. Yeah, up and away. So pretty good number there. Incentive token, $4.27, up 32%. Now the ratio to incentive to Pulse is now 27,861. So that breakout plus the rise in Pulse, that double whammy, means that it is the best performer so far today, at least at the current time. 32.5% is the gain there. So mad gains there. The total supply at the moment, just under 25.3 million incentive tokens. And of course, they are emitted from the Pulse X V1 farms, just so you know. And of course, you can provide LP in some of those sweet things in there as well. PX at the moment, you guys know I've been telling you about PX. Don't miss the train. And it's done really well today. Currently only up 26.9%. It was up way higher earlier, well over 2 cents. We're going to see that on the charts. But very, very nice move. I said to you guys, once it goes over 3 cents combined, I think it's game on. Yeah, we're going to check that out later too. So at the moment, 1.87 cents is the old PHEX. And of course, EHEX at the moment at 1 cent. So nice rounded 1 cent there. And the combined price of EHEX and PHEX is at 2.91 cents. That is the mark at the moment. And of course, we're going to check out that on the charts in a second. Now, one thing before we do something, I'm going to get back to the bridge numbers because they're pretty fantastic. Let's get into Pulse. So here at Pulse at the moment, we just rolled over to the new day. So we're 2 minutes into a new candle. So yesterday's candle that just closed 2 minutes ago, the high was 1640 on Pulse. The low was 1325. So quite a big range, as you can see in the candle itself. We're currently at the top of that at 1537. The RSI, which has been, plenty of room to move, is fine at 66. So we've got more room to move on the old Pulse chain leading into the end of the week / weekend. Keep a lookout for that. This could be quite a doozy. As I say, quite a doozy. I can't try to say it like the guy in the movie, but I just can't do it. He does it so damn well. That is off, excuse me. I'm just laughing at myself. Groundhog's Day? Yeah, where the day repeats and repeats, and the insurance salesman comes along. Yeah, I think the guy steps in a puddle when he says it, if I remember right. Anyway, so there we go. That is, and we've had confirmation on the MACD. Look at this, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, bullish on the MACD. Oh my goodness, isn't that great? So pretty good all around. There's the old Pulse chain looking like a boss. Very cool. Let's zoom in on this a little bit there. Let's go full screen mode. So the high today at 1640. So pretty cool. We're at 1537 at the moment, and we got a pretty nice close here at 1539. I think that's a pretty good close at that. What is resistance? And of course, if we can make that some sort of support, get support there, and we can go off to the races to the next level, right? Next level, bring it on. There's nothing really holding us back too much. I guess you could look at some of the Fibonacci numbers. But that is kind of where we are at the moment, looking pretty good. Getting ready for the next move higher, next range. Looking good on Pulse chain. Pulse X there, the high as well. I'm going to quickly go through this. 6,600, pretty nice move. We're currently at 6,100, looking pretty nice there. And the low was 5,000. So 5,000, 6,600, currently at 6,000 on top of that range. Pretty good close. And as you guys know, we've got a bullish EMA cross there. So that's bullish too. Everything's bullish. The RSI here still chill. Not too, well, at least not too overheated. It's at 65, so room to move on that. And as well, let's pull up the MACD, because I haven't got a MACD on here. MACD, I think it's that one there. And yeah, bullish cross too. Look on the MACD, everything looking good. So next couple of days could be quite magical. No pun intended there. So keep a lookout for this chart. Could be absolutely lit. People are going to get left behind, right, on the magic carpet ride. That's part of the game. Part of the thing is you get left behind. If you didn't participate, if you sold and all that sort of stuff, you get left behind, so there we go. We've got the incentive token at the moment. Oh, before we go move with Pulsechain, of course, we've got Power City Earn Protocol coming up. Hopefully they get the Oracle solved, it gets up and running. That's a massive blue chip on Pulsechain and incentive. It's going to be bullish, super bullish. Our third stablecoin, PXDC, potentially tens of millions of dollars coming. Tons of Pulsechain getting off. It is a badass. With this up market too, come on, guys. It's going to be lit. It's going to be absolutely lit. So it's even getting better. All right, so $4.28 at the moment on Pulse. Let's look at the ratio quickly on here. With that breakout, you saw this channel. We're in this channel. We broke out nice and strong. Broke out, and way it's gone. Look at that. Looks so good. So up and away on there. Let's have a look at the RSI on this. I haven't got one on these either, but let's pull it up. And you're just overbought territory at the moment. But hey, look, I think we can go for a bit of a lit here. I think there's still a bit of room to move. So over the weekend. So let's see how we go. PHEX at the moment. Yesterday, man, what a move. Almost 2.1 cents on PHEX. Yes, please. Just what the doctor ordered. And we've just minted today, just today, on the new candle, which is only 6 minutes old. We just minted a EMI cross, bullish cross here to the upside. I love it. So bring it on. We're ready. Hold your horses. Anyway, so we're at 61 on the RSI, so we've still got way more room to move. Remember, PHEX had the most room to move out of the Richard Hart tokens, and the MACD there looking green and positive. Everything is looking ready for a multi-day move. Are we going to have a multi-day move? Certainly looks like it. Let's go into, we've got the money, we've got the chart indicators. What else is going? All right, so we've only had 1 day, really, so we deserve a multi-day move. So there we are. Everything's sort of lining up for that. We are currently at this resistance back on October, and man, we're about to smash that. I think we are, get a bit of consolidation and break into a new range, right? So 2,600 maybe. I don't know how bullish you guys feel. We're going to get up that high. It looks pretty good to me. Now, we're pretty much, this is on, let me just scroll this back up here. Have I got the right one there? Yeah, Hex. So bring it on. It's going to be a lot of fun to see PX go. EHEX as well. Big power move there. I think we got right up to the resistance of the PancakeX, right? PancakeX on EHEX. This is on Pulsechain, but this is Bridgeton Hex, EHEX. EHEX on Ethereum, of course, got the PancakeX supply side wall. I think it's, yeah, I'm pretty confident it was 1.2. Yeah, it's 1.2 all the way up, I think, to 3.2, if I remember rightly. There are two different formations of tranches. So, yeah. So when I say tranches, it's a certain amount of hex at a certain price, and they're all layered next to each other, going up in price, of course, because they want to match as much as they can. If I remember right, there was about $14 million to buy that through. So that's kind of the idea there. And yeah, so we just touched on that. So it's going to be pretty interesting. I don't think that they had any at 1.1. I think it was at 1.2. You can correct me if I'm wrong out there, but I think that was the case. So I don't know if they've actually sold any at this stage, but we did touch it. It's going to be interesting to see us move through there. Now, we've seen some bullish TA calls, right, from influencers out there saying that, you know, EHEX is looking primed for a big run. So, yeah, it's going to step up to that run. But, of course, we know that's going to happen. So we'll see. There's still plenty of money out there to buy through. So we'll see how we go over the months ahead. Let's put it that way. All right. So just over 1 penny at the moment, climbing. It's on the bullish. And, of course, you're going to attract a lot of money into a green chart. So we'll keep a lookout for that too. RSI at the moment is 63. We've got a bit of more room to move on the daily, and bullish EMA cross, just like everything else. Everything is looking good on RH Gold and crypto. Let's get to the final one here. PHEX, EHEX. Oh, have we got a bit of a gap here? Oh, that's going to be interesting to see. We'll retest that later on, right? I don't know if that's real, but it's only on this combination chart, so maybe we can ignore it. But there we are at 2.93 cents at the moment. You guys know we want to break the 3 cent mark. Once we do, it's off to the races. And for everybody that sold the Hex or wanted to buy Hex and didn't, well, you're just gonna, you know, you're gonna have to pay higher. That's pretty much it. It's going to be off to the races with the old Hex there. It also makes TCM mining way more valuable. The income that you make. That for part of the buyer's market, that will be an important aspect there. You know, how much can you earn if you're doing TCM mining, even if you're doing short-term, medium, long-term, whatever. So a nice bullish move here. And yeah, once we break that 3 cents combined, it's going to be so good. All right, that is pretty much it on the gold Richard Hart stuff. We spent quite a bit of time because it had a big pump. Let's go into some of the other metrics that we're going to cover quickly. Validators at the moment, we're at 51,895. So we have lost a little bit of validators over the last 2 days. We're sitting at 1.66 trillion in the values. We got up to 1.68. So that is kind of where we are at the moment. The gas prices at the moment, a little bit higher than normal, 317,000 beats. Normally we're around about 200 plus or minus, and a little bit higher today, 2 cents for a Pulsechain swap at the moment. So obviously with the price of Pulse up a little bit there and the Gwei a bit, so it's a little bit higher there, 2 cents rather than 1 cent. 1/10 of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer. That was in the 100th of a penny yesterday, and 3/10 of a penny for PRC20 transfer at the moment. But still super cheap still, right? So cheap. 4,100 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment. 60 Gwei on Ethereum, $71.50 to do a swap based on this indicator. 5,800 times cheaper than Bitcoin, so super cheap there as well. $6 to do a transfer on Bitcoin. That's gone kind of more expensive. Typically that was down at like $2 or so, now $6. And pretty much cheaper than everybody else, as you guys know. Now, what's the cool thing about super fast and super cheap? Well, it's super fast and super cheap, but of course, a lot of our protocols on Pulsechain are leading to DeFi revolution, and a lot of them have compounding, which is the 8th wonder of the financial world, pretty much. And they have profit sharing. You know, a good example of that is the time token, but there's many tokens that do the profit sharing, which is pretty amazing. So all around, looking pretty good for the old Pulsechain. And let's get to the main event. You guys know it. All that money coming over. Woo! Look at that bad boy. $169 million. Wow. Was it yesterday? We were at 139. Here we are. It's 169. So pretty amazing. And of course, Hex is in here as well, right? So Hex price gone up too. So that's a big part of it as well. And look at that, though. PDI there. Wow. Up to 52 million. Something like over $20 million over the bridge. And of course, EHEX there going up in price. Some pretty major stuff happening there. And of course, nice little pump on Ethereum and Bitcoin. Interesting enough, though, while we had massive amount of more liquidity on the bridge, what's that, $30 million or something, we have the USDL and liquid loans went down slightly. Interesting, right? Because people maybe they moved into other assets, right? That's sort of maybe some of the move there. So it went down to $30.6 million. I don't think that's below peg. We'll check that to see whether that's part of the issue there. But definitely down. It was over 32 million, now at 30.7. So we'll check that as we go. All right, that's pretty much it. Yeah, the stuff going away from the bridge gone up a little bit, but not too bad. Obviously, we'll take the winners there while we can. I always judge people on my losers. I always judge people on my winners because or something like that. I don't judge people on my losers. I don't judge people on my don't judge people on my winners. No, I don't judge people on my losers because I have so few or something like that. I can't remember how that times, but it's pretty funny. You know, I had it down yesterday. I just can't remember it now. All right, so that's day 293. That's where we go. And of course, the good news is that with the bridge, we had some issues with Coast, as you guys know. But an important update from Coast earlier today is that the deposits and withdrawals had to stop because they had some regulatory issue or something like that with their financial provider. But they have been working on it. And so they said it's been a busy couple of days for us. But we have been working hard and can tell you that Pulsechain fiat on-ramp will be back soon and better than before. So that's good news from the Coast team there. So a big shout out to that. All right, so that's going to be back online, our only fiat gateway at the moment onto Pulsechain. However, I do wonder, Liquid Loans there may have something up their sleeve around on-ramping, off-ramping, exiting there, and maybe even a credit card. Who knows? Liquid Loan is up something with some big partner, so stay tuned for that. That is coming out there somewhere, I'm sure. We'll find out what that's all about at some stage, but that's kind of a big tease. That is pretty much it on Coast. Good news. So we're going to get in the top PRC 20s. Let's see what's performing there. Now, you guys know we're sorting by liquidity at the moment, so let's go through that. PDI still staying down there, not on to the way to 1 cent quite yet. Just consolidating, perhaps. It's still under 1900th of a penny. Wrap Bitcoin, though, moved up 12.7%. You guys know that I'm really keen to see Wrap Bitcoin do something special here on Pulsechain and have a nice little pump today at $72.80 on that move of Pulsechain. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to have a big move soon, but keep a lookout for that. Atropa at 5%. Treasury bill, Teddy Bear up about 5-6% as well. Let's jump through some of those there. Maker up 14%. Now, as you guys know, SHIB moved big time on the SHIB chain and on Ethereum there. It is up 16% on Pulsechain, so that's not too bad. Let's have a little look at the formation of SHIB. Nice little bull move there yesterday as well. So we'll see how that goes. Pepe has also been moving up 21%. Let's have a quick look at that big meme coin. And that's looking really nice now, isn't it? So this looks like it's going to potentially form, if Pulsechain keeps moving up as we kind of expect, this could look and just end up breaking out of 2,600, currently at 2,075. Keep a lookout for Pepe there. Chainlink was up 16%, so everything up pretty well here on the PRC20s. Wise token up 15%, you know, the biggest liquidity pool, I think, isn't it, outside stables on the old Ethereum there. Mostly lock liquidity, right? LUSD up 5% there. Immutable X up 16%, so lots of little gains here in the teens. Or lots of gains in the teens, I should say. Let's see what else is going on. Uniswap up 25%. So some nice little gains along the line here. Just looking for anything else that's pretty standout. Yeah, looking pretty good. All right, let's jump over to the third category, which is meme coins and influencers. I think I might be missing a couple from here. I did see a couple, so I'm going to add a few more into this mix. I added Pulse Trailer Park yesterday. Can you believe it? They have got little pictures of little influencers and other people in the community there in Pulse Trailer Park on the website. Superman's not on that, unfortunately, but that's just the way it goes in life. We won't cry. We won't cry. All right, so we've got PTGC there. That's pretty amazing. Look at this thing, 14.4% up today. This chart has been like a boss mode. Look at this thing, man, on Pulsechain. Wow. DAO tax token. They've got the alien token as well. But look at that thing. It speaks for itself. Look at that thing. Quadruple 09770. These guys must be laughing themselves silly. Well done. We covered that since the beginning. And boy, it has been a boss move. Not quite the beginning, almost the beginning, I should say. It's been quite the boss move there. Access Alive up 7% at the moment, 16,000. Now really cooled off since that big whale sold down, right, on the old Access Alive. That's an influencer, of course, Pulsechain X community and TA guy. That is still at 16,000, but yeah, still not quite recovered. But looks like it's probably starting to inch its way back up, is my guess. Blaster there is up 3%. No token from Randy Alasky, up 8.5% there, doing pretty well at 2,100 to a penny. And of course, that is also accepted on PulseBot, as you guys know. Alien, which is associated to the PDGC there, it's up 11% after it's a bit of a sell-off yesterday, so it's kind of nice to see that. Mega's down 3%. Reflux is up 15%. Abit and Hex Orange Address there is up 11% as well. Paul Pleb from Hexy Bastard is up 8%. Duck Token down 21% there, so we have seen a big movers down. Ben Armstrong, of course, you guys know, is supporting Pulsechain. It's going to be at the Pulsechain conference. Is that on next week? Must be on next week. It's getting pretty close. That's up 16%. Now, this is V1 Ben, right? The copied version. Apparently, he's going to bring over the V2, which is, I guess, his new one. That was probably after the Pulsechain fork, right? Because it's not on here. So that's coming, 16%. More token from Trayvon is up 13.5% there to 65 cents almost. So doing pretty well along the board. Not bad there as well. And that is pretty much on the meme. So let's get to the main event outside of Richard Hart's tokens, of course, which is the Pulsechain projects, category number 4, as I say. And let's have a look at some of this. Oh, Halgo up 22%. Not too bad there at all. Let's see there. 9inch up 8% there. Watt token from Power City is up 16.7%. I told you guys that's a good one to accumulate when they do. It is an accumulation zone. And man, it got down to the bottom of the range. That was a good time in there. And when the Power City Earn Protocol comes out and profit sharing, this thing's going to go mooning, man. It's going to go mooning. So one of our blue chips, right? Stable coin coming. Everything else is going to be pretty badass. There's the old Power City there. Party token. That's pretty flat today from Maximus and Dipcatcher. What else is there? PulseBot, man. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Now, PulseBot hit $10. Now, PulseBot's the world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino. It's on Pulsechain. And they're going to be doing a makeover, is it, for BNB Pot, which is on BNB chain. So that's going to be pretty good. There's a little tip there for you. If you think, go check out BNB, BNBP it is the token BNBP, BNB Pot there, because it's getting a makeover pretty soon. And that stuff's over there pretty cheap at the moment. So, you know, just that's it. That's tip of the day. That's tip of the day. Kiravachi, not myself. Kiravachi. So there we are. That's tip of the day. He didn't tell me to tell you that, but I thought I'd let you know. So that's pretty cool. Look at that chart, man. We broke $10. Broke $10 there, and it's up at $11 there. Wow. Well done to Jacob's ecosystem. As you guys know, we're a big fan of Jacob's ecosystem. Really, you know, Pulsechain's leading the DeFi revolution, and Jacob is the tip of the spear. Honestly, is the tip of the spear. So there we go on that one. Doing very well. Can't wait for BNB Pot makeover. TYZZ out this month, March. We're in March now, at least in Kiwi time. And of course, that's out this month. And then TRH V4 out early April potentially. And then, of course, maybe in the second half of the year there, PUSD Algo, as you guys know, which I think is going to be absolutely massive. The fourth stablecoin on Pulsechain going to be badass. And obviously, we've got to reach those targets of sacrifice targets, but definitely links in the video description. 90% bonus in there. All right, let's jump over to some other stuff there. What else is going there? Tetra is pretty flat today. Tetra, another one of our top projects, right? Web3 innovations. Can't wait for their protocols to launch on Pulsechain. They're coming soon. Batia's up 20%, and why not? Look at those volumes. I showed you guys about their volumes going up. They are dominating in the that space there. I guess Portal X is another big one, but man, this is doing extremely well. Look at that. It's breaking into a new range, and why not? The market 8.9 million. Yeah, this is could go a lot higher, especially in a bull market for the top DEX grade or thereabouts. It's pretty cool. Now, I haven't seen a comparison between those volumes, but that's my guess there. All right. What else there? We got P-Drip is up 11% there. We got TRH up 12% there. Now, all the TRH tokens at the moment for the, that's going to be getting a V4s coming out in early April. So all those could be nice little accumulations because they could all get hyper pumped. Obviously not financial advice, but how we roll. Loan token from Liquid Loans, our biggest protocol outside of Pulsex. That is pretty flat, just down slightly today at 1,000. ZYZK there, the Tornado Cash fork there is down pretty flat as well, like Liquid Loans. Mintra is up 18%, one of our 6 NFT marketplaces. And of course, that was a $10 million sacrifice protocol. And so that's doing pretty well, up 18% there. Let's have a little check-in on that, see where that is looking at the moment on the daily. That is it there at the moment. So it's kind of in the second range here, halfway between the top and the bottom. So plenty of room to move in the RSI. Keep a lookout for that. Could be a nice little accumulator there. Now, the actual volumes are not that very high, but, they're doing lots of other cool stuff. So, we'll see how we go. I think they're doing the Pulse names as well, aren't they? Time token up 12%. Man, Internet Money Wallet, man, they've done so good with the marketing and the partnerships and everything else, and the price is going up as deserved. Profit sharing, we talked about that on Pulsechain, big deal. There's a lot of projects that want to give you profit sharing. It's not, being taken by some fat cat like you see in Uniswap and things like that. 0048 is the price, and looking pretty good there. All right, what else? Texan tokens down 10%, the first endowment token on the blockchain, and it's on Pulsechain. Texan token there 10%. PRS is down 10% there as well. What else is looking interesting? Hocus Pocus is up 12%, 13%. Now, if you want to get into yield farming, they've got a wonderful wizard on Hocus Pocus, so check them out. Pretty cool. Go token, if you want to get into validating on Pulsechain, but you don't have 32 million Pulse, but you want to validate, then you can get into DGM protocol and do NFTs, and that's only like a NFT is a fraction of a Pulsechain validator. 64 NFTs that make up one full validator there, so it's a good way of getting into that game. And of course, the Go tokens trading there up 12%. Daytona up 13%. They're one of the original DEX ROI platforms, I would call it, and that is going pretty well. Internet Money Wallet is down 20%. Could be a little bit of a pickup there. Check that out. It could be a little bit of an opportunity. Let's see what that chart looks like. Yeah, it could be. Let's see where the RSI. I haven't got an RSI on here, so always check the RSI. It's really good. See whether something's overbought and oversold. It's a good guide, general guide, pretty reliable most of the time. And there we are, down at 39. So getting almost into the oversold territory. Not quite, but definitely not too bad there. A bit of volume selling there today. And of course, with the positive expectations there, maybe this starts to rally up here. Internet Money Wallet, it's getting pretty testing, coming back into that support zone as well, 9,500 maybe. So far so good at 1,000. 60 is 1,000 on the old Internet Money Wallet. Communist keeps doing well, up 18%. Man, this communist can't keep it down, can you? The old communists, we have struggled with those in New Zealand, trying to wreck our country. And here we are with it's doing pretty well here as well on here. That is communist looking pretty good. Not quite broken into a new range, but definitely something to look out for there. Market cap 6.8 million on the old communists. Now Beetroot's gone. I only keep Beetroot on here just as a reminder what contract is. But of course that's been rugged that one pretty much. What else there? B9 is from Papa B. The safety token here up 12.5%, not bad as well. Let's jump through there. Spark Swap up 3%. Bean Token up 3%. That's one of our latest projects launched on Pulsechain. Let's see, jump through some of these. Pulse LN, man. Pulse LN up 14%. A really good, this looks like it's getting pretty close to breaking out to a new range. And of course, this is one of our main on-ramp, off-ramps to Pulsechain. Got the Bitcoin Lightning Network as well as a few other features, but definitely very good for there as well. And probably a cheap option if you're trying to get stuff off Pulse, maybe the BNB chain, something like that. You do things like that. Think about that. Different ways of getting stuff on and off at cheaper rates, particularly for smaller amounts. So, when I'm talking about, $1,000, $2,000, something like that. So that is the play at the moment on that. Fiat, of course, the fork of Aave is up 17.9%. Let's quick look at that because that's a pretty key protocol on Pulsechain. PH Universe done an amazing job with their products launches. And nice little pump there off the bottom at the moment. A $7 million market cap there at the moment. I haven't actually checked to see what they've got on TVL lately. We might do that special video on the PH stuff and maybe some of the top TVL projects, but that's a good idea. Weight token there from Coast is down 7%. Now, when they get their Coast back online, right, we just covered that, the fact that they're working on solutions going to be better than ever. This price will probably recover quite a bit. So you can see the RSI is starting to get down pretty low, not quite in the totally oversold territory. But if they get a nice solution, this price will probably just rebound. So you can keep a lookout for that at the moment. On the old weight token, a bit of a speculation position, but you got the news flow coming. What else there? Jump through some of that. Fiat. Sorry, what did I say about this? Fame. Sorry, I said Fame earlier. I meant Fame. The Fame, the fork of GMX. It's a perpetual trading, up 11.5%. Fiat there, fork of Aave, up 17% there. PHUX, of course, is the balancer fork. These are all parts of the PH universe. That's up 8% today. They're all blue chips, in my view. So definitely check out those. That is it pretty much at the moment. So not bad there for the protocols. Let's quickly check out some of the exotics like the PRC 404s. And you can see Gophers is absolutely gone off to the races, but so has ZK 404 for some good reason there. That's up 41%, 42%. So that's kind of bizarre. And of course, Gophers there got rid of a lot of its supply a day ago. And look at that, off to the races, $1,440 yesterday. Got as high as $1,544. Man, how high is this going to go? It could go really high. It's going to be interesting to see. 14.4 million market cap at the moment. So far, so good for Gophers in the PRC 404s. Remember, Gophers is from Dipcatcher Maximus, the first PRC 404 contract on the Pulsechain. Remember, it's still kind of experimental, but so far, so good there. Some nice movements for the PRC 4s there. And ZK 404 there done pretty well for 42% there. Nice big pump on that chart, and pretty much not far from the bottom either, is it? $13 there. So there we go on that. What else is looking pretty interesting? 9-inch, the big decks from Hexy Bastard. They've got a lot of stuff happening there. Paul Pleb up for 15% there. The BBC token, so if you're earning yield farming on there, it is 8.5 cents, just below 8.5 cents at the moment for the BBC token. Not too bad, actually, there at the moment. TRH, like I say, opportunity to pick up some of these before they really take off, because early April we'll probably see the launch of V4. It's going to be very different from the last couple of versions, so this could really take off here. Some of these TRH, plant, water, burn, holy seed, particularly some of these other ones that got to varying liquidity pools, but man, they could really start to shine on these as well. So be alert there. All right, what else are we going to say about that? I think that's it. Let me check that. We're going to go to Zen quickly, have a look at PZen. Let's go to PZen. Has that been doing well today? PDXN has been doing well, up 7%. Let's see here, PZen 1800, so down 5% at the moment, PZen. But when the X1 or when the party pool launches, it's going to be bullish for PZen, and of course the X1 chain. Maybe that could launch the earliest in April. They're still doing a lot of technological development there, AI and things like that, hydrogen layer, stuff like that. So we'll see what happens there with their time frame. They've got to launch in the bull market, particularly when it's not too advanced as well. But that's going to play. All right, those are the charts today. Richard Hart and the Magic Carpet Ride continues on like a boss. Let's see who else has jumped in the chat here. We're going to do our last topic of the day. Have we got enough time? I think we are. The Hex Daily Stats. We're going to do that. So am I up to time? Yeah, I think I am. Let's see where we go here. Wookie says holy. Yeah, that's definitely doing well. We're going to have a showdown today, Wookie and I, on that. Blair says hi all. Good to see you, Blair. FOMO Hex Rules in the house there. Let's go. Absolutely, let's go. It's looking good. What else there? We got Fast Abdul in the house there. Let's talk bribes. JJ LFG, absolutely looking good. We got Roof Dog, Superman. What's up, my friend? Caught you live. Always appreciate what you do for all of us. TY says Roof Dog. Hey, you appreciate that too. Thanks for dropping in today. And Honey Drippers there. Pump it. I'm back, says Honey Drippers. All right, let's get into the final topic. Hex daily stats, man. You can buy Hex on Ethereum or Pulsechain, burn it for T-shares and start mining more Hex. And of course, the price, man, when it breaks out, you got your last, this is the last moment. This is the last moment. You know, once it breaks, like I say, at 3 cents combined, it's up to the races. All right, let's get into it. Day 1550, of course, we had yesterday. We didn't actually talk about day 49, so I'm going to talk about that briefly. So that's what we had yesterday. We had 6.8 Hex per T-share on the Ethereum side, and we had 6.75 Hex on the Pulsechain side yesterday. So that is pretty much, I think that's kind of it out of that news. We're going to wait for day 1550. I don't know if it's going to be out though. And day 293 for Pulsechain. Let's have a look at some of these numbers we had yesterday. Maybe that's all I'll get to. Pretty modest penalties that we had yesterday. Liquid holder, yeah, down on liquid holders and a miner yesterday on the old Ethereum. Actually, let's have a look at the ownership pool. Yeah, down 4,500 T-shares. How did we do on Pulsechain yesterday? We were down 6,600 T-shares. So definitely, you're becoming a more exclusive club there for the reward pool. So hold on to those T-shares. Now you can buy Hex, of course, and burn it for T-shares, or you can try and get into those Acosa Hedron auctions and bid on some of those ones come up. Most of them are actually quite long term, but there are some shorter term ones out there you might come across every so often. What else there? Yeah, pretty low penalties on here as well, but we're getting a lot of growth numbers. 33 liquid holders on Pulsechain, 12 miners yesterday. It's a nice little increase in the miner numbers there. So most of the growth in the miners happening on the Pulsechain side, as one would expect, particularly with those super high gas prices at the moment. So yeah, day 1550 is supposed to be out, but hey, look, we've already waited 32 minutes in a day. They always seem to be coming out a bit later these days. They used to come out about 25 minutes after the hour, but we're already past that time frame. Anyway, so we'll probably cover that tomorrow. Anyway, check out Hex there. We're started day 1551, and of course, is it day 294? I think it's day 294 on Pulsechain. Let's quickly double check that because I like to be accurate with the numbers. Yeah, day 294 has just started, folks. Woohoo! Bring it on. Love these numbers. They're so good. All right, so that's now in 2 minutes. I think that's good for today. And of course, this is Thursday's results for the US, Friday for Down Under here in good old New Zealand, standing proud. And of course, we will be covering the results for tomorrow, Friday. US stock market, we'll cover that tomorrow. The crypto market, see our Pulsechain. So we're going to do a multi-day run because it's time. It's time. So for the next phase of the Magic Carpet Ride. Richard Hart and the Magic Carpet Ride. I'm going to leave you with Richard Hart and the Magic Carpet Ride. Take care, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I will catch you again tomorrow, hopefully for another pump day. Bring it on with the Magic Carpet Ride. Take care, everybody. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. See you in Discord. Links in the video description if you want to join. And, of course, referral for PUSD Algo if you want to get onto that fourth stablecoin. Go for gold. All right, bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had, like, all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a Magic Carpet Ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a Magic Carpet Ride? And it's just hilarious to me.